Hello, hello. Wow. Um, Frick, I didn't know energies could get this strong. Lots of stuff opening up, lots of seeds I've planted, and old stuff showing up to be cleared and to change. Really starting to see the labels, the definition that I have put on myself, which is a part of societal conditioning for all of us, has really had some huge effects on me. So, for example, I'm a man. Simple. I've got genitals of a man, and I dress like a man, and I have hair like a man, and have a beard like a man, have grow facial hair, all these things, all are part of the label of being a man. And once we start to understand that labels, like being a man, for example, and having a body of a man and dressing like a man and all those kind of things, I could choose to do something completely different. I could choose to walk around in a dress, have no facial hair, grow long hair, put eyebrows or eyelashes on and all that kind of stuff, which is typically defined as a woman. In this world, there's other people are choosing to dress in different ways for their own purposes, but the man and the woman have two different sets of, I don't know what you want to call it, definitions that go with it to make a man or a woman. And if you look at the long list, it's like, here's how the clothing looks, and here's how you're supposed to act, and here's how you're supposed to be, and you can be a father, and you can be a soldier or whatever, typically in that definition, and women have something equal and different. If we start digging down into all the self-labels, the self-definition that we've chose, so it's like, I'm a Catholic, for example. Okay, that comes with a whole bunch of religious thing that goes with it. I don't identify with those things. I grew up. You usually get that as part of your upbringing, and you get all the sacraments and all those things that go with it. But it sets certain things of how I act, and I follow the commandments, and I do all these things that are like a good Christian person, which is Catholic. For example, I'm a father. Okay, so a father must be good to his children. He must have a good job, and he must provide for his children, and this is how it looks, and they got to have a safe house, and then those children should be given opportunities like going to soccer and baseball and ballerinas and dance and everything that all go with the labels of being a male child or a female child. And you start digging into all the things we call successful. Okay, I have a good job. Well, okay, I trained as an engineer. I went to school, so an engineer has this. I used to wear my engineering ring, but I don't feel to wear it anymore because it gives a label to people. People see that ring, and then they automatically make assumptions to me because that symbol is now tied to being a person. A lot of people would call an engineer as a stuck-up person. I never identified as that. My uncle even said before I became an engineer, he says, every engineer I've ever met in my life has been an asshole. I want you to be different. So if we start looking at all the labels and the self-definition, you're going to look underneath it, and it creates things we have to live up to, things we have to align with to fit that label. Because the society has built that label that says an engineer is this. He went to school and he's got a good job. And yeah, he's entitled, for example. I hate that in people like doctors, lawyers, engineers, all these kind of things. I don't identify with those things, but they put this cage around you of how you should act, how you should be, and then an assumption of people of how you are based on their interaction with other people of that job or profession. You start looking at that deeper. Okay, you're a teacher, you're a scientist, you're a whatever. Look at how a little cage comes every time. Say the word teacher. What's the picture of a teacher? Okay, it probably brings up somebody from your past, good or bad. Was it a woman? Was it a man? All these kind of things. And let's create a frame of what a teacher is. Well, in your mind, you only see teachers as that limited thing. because we've got this model. Another good example is, how many times have you met a person that's like, okay, this is a Ben. He says he's a Ben, and you're like looking at him and it's like, that's not a Ben. That's not a Sam. That's not a Sally. That's not a Gertrude. Every single one of the names brings up a picture of somebody that had that name or you had some experience of with that person. So just see that putting names on and labels and all the things that we're trying to meet in our world, being a good person, being a good man, being a good whatever, even the word love, what does it mean? How does it feel? How does it whatever? We have been programmed with the beliefs of our parents and their parents, your grandparents, etc., 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 all up and down the line, that certain things are good, certain things are bad, money doesn't grow on trees, power is evil, all these kind of things that could be sitting in there. And it's jaded your perception of the world and your reality and who you can be and what you can be and why you can be and all these kinds of things. So what I'm saying is start to look inside. And what I'm doing in my life every day right now is undefining myself. And it's not that I don't want to be those things. I just don't want to identify by those things and then take on the cage or the suit of armor or the set of rules that come with being something. So a set of rules. Okay, I'm an engineer and I got to have a professional designation. So I got to keep my training up and I got to go and have a job where I work with things that are engineering related and fix and solve and all that kind of stuff. It sets a thing. Well, I'll tell you right now, I'm an engineer that thinks completely outside the box. I work with spirituality. I work with energy. I work with people's energy systems. That engineer piece has given me a framework to build from, but it doesn't say I have to fit in that box. That box means I can solve problems and I can see into complex systems and all these things because I train my brain that way, but it doesn't put a box around me anymore. What puts you in a box of labels? Okay, I'm a cashier at the bank. I'm a grandmother. I'm whatever. It puts a cage into how you deal with people and how did grandmothers act when their grandkids come and all these things. If we start looking underneath what we call ourselves, what labels and designations we give ourselves, you're going to start to see there's a limit potentially underneath that could be holding you back to fit some image that was from your past of how you should be. And I'm saying right now and right here, we are unlimited beings. We are energetic beings. We've been in a society of programming and social conditioning for far, far, far too long. And part of why we're angry and why we're stuck and why we're not feeling free is that we have so many labels attached to us. It's like sticky notes. We can't even see who we are anymore. Imagine your face just covered with sticky notes. I'm a lover. I'm a writer. I'm a pediatrician. I'm a gay or lesbian or whatever. There's 10 million different labels we pick up. So we identify with other people. I've been raped. I've been abused. I've been in trauma. All these things put and attach a collective energy to us. And I'm telling you right now, until you rub off some of those collective energies and you step away from labeling yourself with those things, a lot of those things are victim-based as well. So all of a sudden it's like, I'm a victim because I was attacked or I had this thing happen to me. And that energy just wants to sit there and say, oh, I was wronged and people are wrong or whatever. You don't have to be attached to any of those things. Start being something else for you. You can be a man and not have to follow all those things. I can wear whatever color shirt I want. I don't have to have facial hair. I do or whatever. All the things that are attached to all the labels that we put on ourselves, just look underneath them. And are they aiding you or are they holding you back? And you're going to find out that a lot of them are meant to hold back. A man doesn't do this. A woman doesn't do that. A grandmother won't do that. An engineer won't do that. Blah, 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 blah. Holy shit. No. Who said that? Who agreed that. It's somebody else's conditioning that's now coming to you and saying that you have to be something that maybe you don't want. So start tearing off the labels is all I'm saying. Start looking underneath. Why do I have to pervert myself or distort myself or be like this or do that or whatever to be a man, to be a father, to be an engineer, to be whatever? Let it be a realm where unlimited possibility happens. It's like, oh, I only trained as an engineer, so I can never be a doctor, or I can't help somebody medically or whatever. The internet is filled with a lot of different things. You can help somebody medically. If it's an emergency, you can reset a freaking broken bone and still be an engineer by just doing it properly and probably getting it 90% right. But yeah, you weren't trained as a doctor, so maybe you don't have that. Start looking underneath at how limited who you can be, what you can say, how you can say it, etc., is based on the labels that we've given ourselves. It's crazy. And I see Monica's watching. She wants to be a hairdresser. What limits her from being a hairdresser? These things are all in our mind and what people say. It's like, oh, you can't be that because you don't have that. You didn't get the training, or you didn't do this, or you didn't do that. You don't have a studio. You don't have a shop. You can do it at your kitchen table whenever you want. And if you're good at it and you love it, why shouldn't you? Look at the things that we pass by every single day because the labels don't fit to say we can't do that. What thing inside of you are you keeping from doing because you don't have all the labels that line up? I don't have the university education. I don't have enough money. I don't have this. I don't have that. I don't have a space. Those limit us. Get your possibility back. Start tearing off the sticky note labels that say you're a bunch of shit and start being whatever you want to be. And not caring. We're in a world where information and training and all the stuff that you need to be anything you want is on the internet. It's available. You can Google it. You can find Khan Academy stuff and train and be a programmer or be a scientist or be a hairdresser. There's millions of YouTube videos. There's all this stuff out there. But you want to know how many people I've met? It's like, I don't have the money to get the certificate or go to 2 years of college to do that or whatever. If you're good at it and you can show people you're good at it, do you even need a certificate? Do you need something to prove to people that you're good at what you do? Show the people. Take pictures of what you've done. If you're a hairdresser, take pictures. Look at all these amazing things that I did. Do you think they're going to look at for the hairdresser certificate? If you can work with people and make them look beautiful and shine, why wouldn't you do that every single day of the week? Why would you wait and save up all the money and go get the certificate? Just do what you love. Go learn it. Spend the time. Give it to people for free until people are willing to pay for it. Those labels smash us into the ground every single day. Pick and be unlimited. Pick and be something new. Pick and be something you don't give a damn what people think or if they think you got enough certification or enough experience or enough whatever. We're unlimited beings. We can do whatever we want. We're just programmed into a world that says you can't be that until you pay this or you get this college certificate or whatever. You want to know? I trained as an engineer. 95% of the shit that I learned, I never used again in my life. What a freaking waste. Because I had to meet that expectation of these courses was what an engineer is. But it taught me to solve problems. It taught me all these things that were not even part of the curriculum. I became unlimited because I learned to solve problems and figure things out and think outside the box and all these things. That's, when you get there, that's like self-love. That's amazing. That's off the charts. Beautiful unlimitedness when you tear off all those sticky notes and start saying, I'm going to be what I feel in my heart. This is what I want. This is my passion. This is my excitement. And I don't care what label or what color my skin has to be or what religion or what training I got to have. Fuck them all. It's time to do what feels right. And break down the walls and say you can do whatever the hell you want. As long as you're not hurting people and as long as you're doing what's in your heart, there's absolutely nothing wrong with doing anything. So just let that shuffle in underneath. What are the labels? What are who you define yourself as stopping you from doing? And you're going to be surprised because there's a lot. And it's all done from love. People telling us, oh, you can't do that. Oh, that's too hard. Oh, you don't have the intelligence for that. You can't do that because you got to have this or whatever. Screw them. Screw them all. Try something new. Do something that nobody's ever done before, even though they don't think you'll succeed. Surprise the hell out of them. Surprise the hell out of yourself. Do what you love. Undefine yourself, and I want to see you shine. Take that box off. Take the curtains off your brain. Just start doing it. Undefine yourself and become unlimited. That's what I'm doing every day. That's why I shine more. That's why I jump outside the box. That's why I talk about stuff that people feel uncomfortable with, because I'm undefining myself and I'm not letting that old way stand, because it's FUBARD as far as I'm concerned. We deserve better, and it starts right here, and us believing new possibilities, us expanding, us unlimited possibilities. So if you're just joining now, watch the rest of the video. There's lots of stuff in here, but undefine yourself and unlimited possibilities come, and you're going to be so surprised. It's magic. You're going to love it. Loving you all. Hope this just takes root and starts to shine in you. Have a great day. Talk to you soon.